It is a perfect storm. I mean, what are the odds that a billion-dollar development, might be sitting on top of land where an earthquake fault lies?
Here's what's at stake. 1 million square feet of residential office and commercial space on 4 acres of land around the Capitol Records building. Its tentative name is Hollywood Center. Trouble is, the State Geological Survey says a fault runs through the site that's capable of producing a 7.0 earthquake. Others, not so sure.
So this is really a question of, does the Hollywood Fault run through this plot, not whether the Hollywood Fault is active.
Legally, the city doesn't have to listen to the state.
The quake was felt 200 miles to the north at Fresno.
Ever since the Sylmar quake, according to the Times report, it has never had a solid policy on how to handle development along a fault. So the city has decided to order the developers to dig a giant trench to see how close to the surface the fault lies. You can see the massive trench from Sky Fox overhead. The results of this dig will supposedly guide the city on whether to allow the developers to go ahead with the project. Or will the city bow to developers and enact a stronger building code?
If there was an earthquake in less than about 10,000 years ago, then the fault's active. And one has to find the fault to see how active it is. And so that's the goal of the trenching, is to actually find the active faults under the building and see when they last moved.
The city will eventually have to make a new call. Will they ultimately decide that an active earthquake fault is underneath the site and prohibit the project from moving forward? Or will they think that there is no problem? And so a big kind of...
There is a coalition of community groups that are fighting those skyscrapers, and I heard from the lawyer very late today. He did not mince his words, rather. He said this project is a death trap. Laura Diaz reporting live from Hollywood. Now back to the studio, Alex and Chris.